Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be my review on the new Kayali Vanilla Royale Sugared Patchouli 64. So this is the 11th perfume in the Kayali range, and this is part of their Intense collection, as you can see by this little diamond here on the box. And this has had 64 modifications, and the bottle looks like it's been dipped in gold. So before we get into the review, I did want to go ahead and say thank you to Mona and the Kayali team for sending this over. I also wanted to say thank you to Jeulia Jewelry for sending over this stunning chain link ring. They have a Black Friday special that's running now until next week. I do have my own coupon code, but it's only 15% off. So if you want to save more money, go ahead and check out their Black Friday sale. It's buy one, get one half off, but I'll have all that information linked down below. But I wanted to say thank you. I'm so appreciative that brands that I love are recognizing my small channel and sending me items to review. So thank you to, again, the Kayali team and Mona, and thank you to Jeulia Jewelry. But let's go ahead and get into the review. I do have a first impressions on this coming out this weekend. It's a little bit different, but kind of the same. So I'm gonna go over the notes, but just know right now, I don't get a lot of the notes, so I'm gonna let you guys know what I get afterwards. She does list notes back here, but these are like the keynotes. But I want to mention the other notes because the few notes I am getting are more of the other notes. I'm not getting a lot of these delicious notes. So the notes in this fragrance are top notes of vanilla orchid, creamy jasmine, and golden rum. Middle notes of vanilla infusion, vanilla sur absolute, tonka bean accord, spicy rose bouquet, smoky leather, and creme brulee. And then the dry down is sugared patchouli, musk, brown sugar, amber, royal oud, and Haitian vetiver. When Mona talks about this fragrance, she wanted to create a more intense vanilla, something more opulent, something a little bit more rich. And I will say that you get that in here. But if you guys have been watching my channel, you know that me and vanillas don't always work out. I don't really care for overly complex vanillas or overly sweet vanilla. So I thought this was gonna actually be overly sweet, but this is overly complex. And when I say complex vanilla, or what I consider complex vanillas, so more simple vanillas are Vanilla 28 and Michelef's Note Vanille. They're vanilla fragrances with like maybe a muskiness, but they're pretty straightforward. Now, fragrances that I've tested out that have been more on the complex side have been like Nisha Nezani, that has like a green note that I just didn't get on with. It smelled like Vicks. And then Atelier des Ors Lune Feline, that had kind of a smokiness that I didn't get on with, and it had like a medical supply opening to it. Again, none of these smell the same, but when I say complex vanilla, that's what I mean. There's a little bit more going on to it than just kind of your straightforward vanilla fragrance. This has a little bit more going on to it. I don't have anything that smells like this fragrance in my collection. Like Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper and Amber Invite Only, those are other kind of more intense, little bit more complex fragrances, but I can find a designer and niche to compare it to. They're not dupes or smell exact, but I can say, oh, this falls in the family of this or this. I couldn't find anything that fell in the family of this fragrance. I do think some of my niche lovers are gonna be able to find something that falls in this category, because this smells, not that her other fragrances smell niche, but they're more on your mass appealing side. Also, the first three in her line are more for layering, so they're a little bit more of your simple fragrances like vanilla, musk, and citrus. You know, you're gonna get that, and they're more for layering purposes. So when I first got this, it smelled a little bit more like cough syrup in the opening when I first got it. But now, this smells like rum. Like, think of rum, spiced rum. That's what this smells like. And my nose and my skin really hangs on to that rum note. I also pick up on the patchouli, but it's more of that patchouli that I've described in other fragrances, where it does come off slightly more medicinal, not earthy. So that's in the opening. I kind of get that rum and then that kind of medicinal patchouli. And then as it dries down, I do get something sweet, like I do get vanilla, but that rum note never really goes away. The medicinal goes away. So sorry if that was confusing. The medicinal goes away, but the rum, it just kind of dies down. because it's very strong in the opening, but I never really lose it. And I don't really get like a creme brulee or something kind of gourmand, because if I'm being completely honest, I can't remember. Like I know creme brulee is, I think it's that dessert that they heat up with the hard shell on top, but I don't remember what that smells like. But I'm not getting something overly gourmand or overly dessert. I'm getting vanilla, and I'm getting not something leathery, but I am getting something smoky, because there is like a smoky leather. So I am getting something slightly smoky, and I am picking up on the vetiver. I'm not really getting the oud. So for my people who are scared of oud, you might enjoy this one, because I don't find the oud to be very prominent in this one. I have to follow this up when it gets cooler, because right now it's like 85 degrees outside. It's muggy, so I don't know if that's playing with these notes, but it's bringing out the rum. Like this is a very boozy, vanilla, woody fragrance to my nose. Again, not overly yummy, not overly gourmand, not yet at least. I do want to follow it up. It's a like, but it's not a love. This isn't gonna be your mass appealing kind of scent. And if you guys have been watching me, you know that I like more of my mass appealing scents. This is gonna be something that's a little bit different. If you guys are looking for something a little bit different, definitely check this out. This is different. Again, I don't have anything I can compare this to. I really enjoy this one for layering. What I've been doing is I wore this on the first day that I got it, and then I wore it every day in the morning after that. And then at night I would layer it with a different scent. I've tried it with Vanilla 28. I've tried it with Love Fest Burning Cherry and Eden Juicy Apple. This is an elevated body splash-esque apple fragrance. It's very youthful, something I wouldn't wear to work, but I actually went into the office today and I wore this to work today, and I did get a compliment from a coworker. This definitely added a sexiness, and this added a depth to Eden Juicy Apple. This was actually in Mona's video. This was one of her layering combos, and I knew that this was one I was gonna try right away. So I do love these two together, because I love this as a standalone, and then together this just adds, again, a sexiness to this one, making it a little bit more grown up, and one that I enjoyed wearing to work. I also enjoyed this one with Vanilla 28, because I like that Vanilla 28 made this one a little bit more yummy and sweet and more wearable vanilla, because this was just a little too complex for me. And then I tried it with Love Fest, but honestly I like Love Fest on its own. So far out of the 3 combos that I tried, I really like this with Vanilla 28 and with Eden Juicy Apple. What I would probably do is wear this during the day, and if I'm gonna go out at night, I would pop this on. And the same thing with Vanilla 28. Like, I like to switch it up. So this, I see myself using this one, just not on its own. This isn't a fragrance that as of now I like on its own. I really like it so far for layering. So I would suggest testing it out in store if you can, or getting a mini. That's what I would have done if I didn't have this sent to me. I was already planning on picking up the mini bottles because I collect all her minis. Okay, so then Performance. This is a fragrance that projects pretty nicely for the first hour or 2, but it's a fragrance that I do go nose blind to. So this is one that I don't really notice it on me, but again, I had a coworker ask me what I was wearing, and also my mom, when I went on my walk with her, she was like, oh, is that the fragrance that you were hoping you were gonna get? I had told her that I was getting something from Huda Beauty, and I had a feeling it was a new fragrance. And I was like, yeah, what does it smell like? And my mom's not good with describing scents, but she was like, I don't know, it just smells good. So it's one that I had on all day, and then she noticed it after my work day. I will say longevity on this is pretty decent. I just don't notice it because I do go nose blind, but then I'll do something and I'll catch a whiff of it throughout the day. The sillage is going to be arm's length because my coworker wasn't next to me. Like, my mom was walking next to me. My coworker was standing right outside my cubicle. So I would say it was about the 3 or 4 hour mark that she came over and asked me what I was wearing. This one does kind of leave a little bit of a scent trail, but it's still a fragrance that's not gonna announce itself. It's not one that's going to enter a room before you do. So that is my quick review. Let me know if you guys are planning on picking up this fragrance, or if you watch my video down the road and already have this fragrance, what are your thoughts on it? This is a fragrance that I do want to update in winter because I feel like the longer it sits, it's gonna change. But so far, that is my review on this fragrance. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are, but that will do it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.